Spine-tingling spiders with scorpion-like tails have been found in amber dating back 100 million years. Similar to a tiny hypodermic needle, they are used to transfer sperm to females. While creeping through the forest, the spiders became enveloped in a pool of resin oozing from conifer trees. The foursome were entombed in stunning detail.The head, fangs, male pedipalps, four walking legs and silk-producing spinnerets at the rear could all be observed. Paleontologist Professor Paul Selden, of Kansas University, said, "Any sort of flagelliform appendage tends to be like an antenna. It's for sensing the environment. Animals that have a long whippy tail tend to have it for sensory purposes. Professor Selden said it lies one step closer to modern spiders on account of its possession of spinning organs. Amber, often used in jewelry, is fossilized tree resin, the oldest dating back more than 300 million years. In the past few years, the region has also yielded several beautiful bird wings, the spectacular feather tail of a small carnivorous dinosaur, and the outline of an entire hatchling bird. In December, researchers even revealed ticks in amber that may have feasted on dinosaurs. Professor Selden said, "There's been a lot of amber being produced from northern Myanmar, and its interest stepped up about 10 years ago, when it was discovered this amber was mid-Cretaceous. Therefore all the insects found in it were much older than first thought. It's been coming into China, where dealers have been selling to research institutions. These specimens became available last year to Nanjing Institute of Geology and Paleontology. The discovery confirms a prediction made a few years ago by Professor Selden and colleagues when they described a similar-tailed arachnid which resembled a spider but lacked spinnerets. These animals from the much older Devonian, about 380 million years ago, and Permian, about 290 million years ago, form the basis of a new arachnid order, the arachnida, which lies along the line to modern spiders. Professor Selden said, "The ones we recognized previously were different in that they had a tail, but don't have the spinnerets. That's why the new one is really interesting. Apart from the fact that it's much younger, it seems to be an intermediate form." In our analysis, it comes out sort of in between the older one that hadn't developed the spinneret and modern spider that has lost the tail. Spiders have been an extremely successful lineage, but some aspects of their development remained unclear. Jim Arachnids sheds fresh light on that, but little of the tiny spider's day-to-day behavior can be determined from its form alone. While the tailed spider was capable of producing silk due to its spinnerets, it was unlikely to have constructed webs to trap bugs like many modern spiders. Professor Selden said, "We don't know if it wove webs. Spinnerets are used to produce silk, but for a whole host of reasons, to wrap eggs, to make burrows, to make sleeping hammocks, or just to leave behind trails." If they live in burrows and leave, they leave a trail, so they can find their way back. These all evolved before spiders made it up into the air and made insect traps. Spiders went up into the air when the insects went up into the air. I presume that it didn't make webs that stretched across bushes. However, like all spiders, it would have been a carnivore and would have eaten insects, I imagine. Professor Selden said the spider's remote habitat made it possible that tailed descendants may still be alive in Myanmar's backcountry to this day. He said, "We know a lot about the Burmese biota during the Cretaceous. It was a pretty good tropical rainforest, and there are a great many other arachnids we know were there, particularly spiders, that are very similar to the ones you find today in the Southeast Asian rainforest." It makes us wonder if these may still be alive today. We haven't found them, but some of these forests aren't that well studied, and it's only a tiny creature. Last week, the squashed remains of a small bird that lived 99 million years ago were reported to have been found encased in a cloudy slab of amber from Myanmar. It's the most complete bird fossil yet known to science, featuring the back of the skull, most of the spine, the hips, and parts of one wing and leg. And scientists believe they may have only just scratched the surface. There's certainly no shortage of raw material to comb through. In 2015 alone, an estimated 10 tons of amber were extracted from the Huking Valley.